Welcome to Uzbekistan, where ancient Silk Road traditions meet Soviet-era oddities and modern-day surprises. Do you know this was a country where nearly every car is a Chevy, weddings are cooked in giant cauldrons, and gold teeth double as savings? Think $1.50 cappuccinos, sub $400 rent, and steam baths older than the Renaissance. Women lead in business and government, and traditions surprise at every turn. Here are 15 facts that'll shatter your expectations. Deep in Uzbekistan's arid regions, where summer temperatures regularly exceed 104 degrees Fahrenheit, one tradition still thrives: the hammam, a traditional steam bath. For Uzbeks, bathing is not only about physical cleanliness but also about spiritual renewal. This practice dates back to the Silk Road era, when caravanserais and public baths provided rest and ritual for travelers. Some of the oldest operating hammams are found in cities like Bukhara and Samarkand, where historic bathhouses such as Bozori Khord Hammam and Kunjak Hammam have stood for more than 6 centuries. These baths feature domed stone architecture, filtered sunlight through ceiling openings, naturally heated water, and the soothing aroma of herbs rising through the steam. Unlike the quiet formality of Japanese onsen, Uzbek hammams are social and spirited. Men often discuss family business or politics. Women gather to exchange recipes, wedding plans, or help choose silk fabrics. In many regions, it's still common for brides to visit the hammam with their mothers before the wedding, an ancestral ritual meant to cleanse misfortune and begin a new chapter with clarity and peace. But Uzbekistan isn't just about timeless rituals. It also challenges the stereotypes you may hold about modern gender roles in Muslim societies. Next. There's a common stereotype that Uzbekistan is a conservative Muslim country where women are silent, veiled, and obedient to men. But in reality, especially in cities like Tashkent during the summer, the experience is very different. Women often dress in jeans, skirts, t-shirts, and lightweight tops, even when temperatures rise above 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Traditional clothing, like embroidered dresses or headscarves, is typically worn during weddings, religious gatherings, or national holidays, not in daily life. In urban areas, women lead companies, teach at universities, work in journalism and government, and sometimes manage teams of men. On public transport, men still practice traditional courtesies such as offering seats or helping carry bags. These gestures are rooted in cultural respect, not outdated views on gender. As of 2025, women hold around 17.5% of parliamentary seats in Uzbekistan. This places the country third among former Soviet republics in terms of female political representation, just behind Belarus and Latvia, and significantly ahead of Russia, where the figure is around 9.8%. Because of these social changes, it's more common for Uzbek women to date and marry foreigners. While dating is socially easier now, the legal process of marriage remains more complex. Still, traditions run deep, and not all of them align neatly with modern legal systems. So what happens when religious customs collide with national law? Stay tuned. Under national law, having many wives is illegal. According to Article 126 of the Uzbek Criminal Code, if a man is found cohabiting with 2 or more women in a shared household, he can face administrative penalties or up to 3 years of imprisonment, even if the marriages occurred through traditional Islamic ceremonies. Public attitudes, especially in cities like Tashkent, Samarkand, or Bukhara, generally reject this. However, in some rural regions and conservative communities, the situation is more complex. Islamic law allows a man to have up to 4 wives if he can treat them equally and support them financially. While around 90% of Uzbekistan's population identifies as Muslim, the country is officially secular, and state law takes precedence. Some men still hold unofficial second or third wedding ceremonies in accordance with Islamic customs. These are often attended by family, friends, and sometimes an imam, but they are not recognized by the Uzbek government. As a result, these unregistered marriages offer no legal protection. Women in such arrangements cannot claim inheritance, receive state benefits, or access spousal rights. Despite this, some women, particularly those who are older, divorced, or widowed, choose to become second wives for economic or social reasons. In a society where marriage remains a strong cultural value, they may see this as a more secure option than living alone. Marriage might be complex, but weddings? They're a whole different story, complete with cauldrons, carrots, and community. In many Western countries, weddings often take place in hotels, with everything from the lighting to the food catered. But in Uzbekistan, weddings are deeply personal and centered around family and community. One of the most meaningful traditions is osh tayarlash, or communal plov cooking, an experience where relatives and neighbors come together not only to celebrate, but to cook the national dish. This custom begins early in the morning, often at the home of the groom. Male relatives, close friends and neighbors, fathers, uncles, and respected elders gather around a giant kazan, a cast-iron cauldron that can be up to 5 feet in diameter. Some prepare meat, others chop carrots, while a few tend the fire. The cooking process becomes a festive event in itself, often accompanied by folk music and green tea shared among the group. And while the food might leave you full, it's the smiles that truly shine, literally. But before we continue, I have a special 10-second request for all of you listening. If you can help me in any way, just press the notification bell and hit that subscribe button. It means the world. It really supports this channel. And if you do that for me, I promise my team and I will do everything we can to make this show even better for you. Deal? Uzbekistan is home to the Muruntau gold mine, located in the Navoy region, and it is one of the largest open-pit gold mines in the world by production volume and area. But gold in Uzbekistan is not just a major export, it plays a distinctive role in everyday life. One of the most culturally unique uses of gold is in dentistry. In many rural areas, especially among older Uzbek women, gold teeth are a lasting tradition. A gold-lined smile, often gleaming in conversation or laughter, is considered a mark of wealth, similar to wearing luxury accessories in other parts of the world. Dental clinics in Uzbekistan offer gold crowns, gold braces, and even custom engravings on teeth. In some communities, gold teeth are also seen as a form of portable savings. They can be sold for cash in times of need. While younger urban residents are now choosing white ceramic or composite dental work, in the countryside, a gold smile is still seen as stylish and respectable. From architectural domes to festive desserts to personal dental choices, gold is deeply embedded in both the economy and cultural identity of Uzbekistan. In Uzbekistan, walking across a narrow rope suspended high in the air is not just entertainment, it's a respected cultural tradition known as darbas. This centuries-old art of tightrope walking remains one of the most popular performances at major festivals such as Nowruz, Independence Day, and local summer fairs across the country. Unlike casual street acts, darbas is a serious performance art. Many artists walk ropes stretched up to 160 feet above the ground, often between buildings or across village squares. They typically wear traditional white embroidered costumes, soft leather shoes, and skullcaps called dapi. With drums pounding and crowds holding their breath, these performers glide across the rope with remarkable control. What makes darbas even more remarkable is its deep-rooted history. The skill is often passed down from one generation to the next, with some Uzbek families having performed for hundreds of years. In a world where people usually look down at their screens, in Uzbekistan, they still look up to watch a darbas master balance on a rope. Would you watch a performance like this without flinching? Or would your hands cover your eyes before they reach the center of the rope? Share your answer in the comments below. Karakalpakstan may sound like an independent country, but it is an autonomous republic within Uzbekistan. Covering nearly 40% of the nation's land, it holds a unique place in Uzbekistan's structure. Though large in area, it is internationally recognized as part of Uzbekistan. With about 2 million people, Karakalpakstan has its own parliament and constitution. That constitution once included a clause allowing a referendum on independence. In July 2022, proposed changes to remove this clause sparked major protests in Nukus and beyond. The unrest led to several deaths, and the government eventually reinstated the clause in a revised draft. The Karakalpak people speak their own Turkic language and maintain traditions based on fishing, herding, and embroidery. Their homes include traditional domed yurts, and their cultural identity remains strong. Nukus, the capital, is home to the Savitsky Museum, famous for its vast collection of Soviet avant-garde art. However, the region faces serious challenges: limited industry, environmental decline from the Aral Sea crisis, and economic hardship drive many to migrate elsewhere in Uzbekistan. Back to the roads. Ever wonder why nearly every car you see here wears the same badge? If you visit Uzbekistan and notice that nearly every car on the road is a Chevrolet, you are absolutely right. According to market data, Chevrolet models have long dominated the car and light truck market. Back in 2019, they accounted for around 94% of new vehicle sales, and even in 2025, they continue to lead the market. Since 2008, General Motors has operated a joint venture in Uzbekistan through Uzauto Motors, formerly known as GM Uzbekistan. Their main production plant is located in Asaka in the Andijan region. This factory produces over 250,000 vehicles each year, making Chevrolet the only mass-produced automotive brand in the country. Because these vehicles are made locally, their prices range from about $7,000 to $14,000, with many import taxes waived. In contrast, cars from brands like Toyota, Honda, or Volkswagen often cost 1.5 to 2 times more due to high tariffs and transport costs. While Japanese vehicles are prized for reliability and German ones for luxury, in a country where the average annual income remains under $2,500, Chevrolet stands out as the most affordable and practical option. In Uzbekistan, tea is far more than just a beverage. It is a daily ritual, a gesture of hospitality, and a deep-rooted cultural connector. Every meal typically begins and ends with tea. Throughout the day, whether during family gatherings or unexpected visits, people often drink between 5 and 7 cups. One detail that surprises many visitors is the small amount poured into each cup. This is not a sign of stinginess, it is an intentional act of etiquette. Serving a modest portion invites the guest to request more, which signals comfort and interest in staying longer. Repeated refills help build trust and social connection. In contrast, filling the cup to the brim at once can gently suggest that it is time to conclude the visit, an unspoken but widely understood social cue in Uzbekistan. Tea preferences vary by region. In the cool, fertile Fergana Valley, green tea, often infused with mint, is the drink of choice. In contrast, in the arid western region of Karakalpakstan, strong black tea is typically enjoyed slowly, often accompanied by fruit jam or dry flatbread. Serving the wrong kind of tea in the wrong region can be seen as a mild cultural misstep, similar to offering instant coffee in Italy or chilled red wine in France. Located in Central Asia, Uzbekistan is one of only 2 doubly landlocked countries in the world, alongside Liechtenstein. This means it has no coastline, and all 5 of its neighbors, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Afghanistan, and Turkmenistan, are also landlocked. Covering around 172,700 square miles, similar in size to California, Uzbekistan is the 3rd largest country in Central Asia by area and the most populous, with over 36 million people as of 2025. The name Uzbekistan means land of the Uzbeks, the dominant ethnic group making up over 80% of the population. The official language is Uzbek, though Russian is still widely spoken. The literacy rate stands at an impressive 99%. With up to 265 sunny days a year, the country experiences scorching summers reaching 113 degrees Fahrenheit and winters dropping below -4. This extreme climate helps grow some of the world's sweetest melons, especially in Khwarezm and the Fergana Valley. Historically, Uzbekistan was a major Silk Road hub. Cities like Samarkand, Bukhara, Tashkent, and Kokand still showcase stunning architecture and deep cultural roots. If you think Uzbekistan shuts down after dark, you haven't seen Tashkent at night. By day, the capital feels calm, but after sunset, the streets come alive. Downtown roads fill with white Chevrolets, still the most common cars, and the city lights up with energy. Tashkent's nightlife offers rooftop bars with views of the Tashkent television tower, Eastern European-style pubs with live acoustic music, and clubs where local DJs mix deep house with Central Asian rhythms. Many venues stay open until 3 or 4 in the morning, while 24-hour cafes attract students, couples, and night owls. What's more, it's completely normal for Uzbek women to enjoy the nightlife. Dressed in modern fashion, they chat, dance, and lead conversations confidently. Nightlife here is open to all. Adding to the vibe, street musicians play guitars and sing on sidewalks, drawing small crowds. And even after midnight, areas like Amir Timer Square and Korsu Bazaar are still buzzing, with kebabs grilling, lights glowing, and laughter echoing under the night sky. What would surprise you most about a night in Tashkent? Would you wander the streets, find a rooftop with a view, or stop to hear a street singer's last song before dawn? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and follow the channel to discover more interesting things. Uzbekistan offers one of the lowest costs of living globally. In Tashkent, a local meal costs between $3 and $5, while a high-end dinner rarely exceeds $15. A cappuccino is about $1.50, far cheaper than in major Western cities. Renting a one-bedroom apartment in the city center ranges from $250 to $400 per month. Outside the center, prices drop to around $150 to $250. Monthly utilities, including electricity, gas, water, and internet, usually total $40 to $60. High-speed internet adds just $10 to $15 monthly. Public transport is both affordable and reliable. A metro or bus ride costs around 15 to 20 cents, and a taxi across town typically ranges from $2 to $4. Gasoline averages $2 per gallon, nearly half the price in the United States. Overall, a single person can live comfortably in Tashkent on a monthly budget of $500 to $700. So how does a country with a desert climate and tight budgets manage to throw some of the world's most colorful festivals? Despite its desert climate, Uzbekistan hosts vibrant cultural festivals year-round. The most celebrated is Nowruz, held on March 21st, marking the Persian New Year and the arrival of spring. Families gather for folk dances, plov feasts, and the slow cooking of sumalak, a sweet wheat-based porridge stirred for 24 hours to symbolize renewal. In May, Bukhara hosts the Silk and Spices Festival, where stalls offer silk, spices, pottery, and traditional crafts, with parades of performers in regional dress. During summer, Karakalpakstan celebrates Melon Day, showcasing giant, sweet melons known for their fragrance and flavor. In autumn, Samarkand's Rajasthan Square becomes the stage for the Shark Taranalari International Music Festival, welcoming artists from over 50 countries to perform music and dance rooted in cultural traditions. Finally, in October, the Tashkent International Film Festival, also known as Pearl of the Silk Road, screens international films in Soviet-era cinemas, reinforcing Uzbekistan's growing role in regional arts and culture. Uzbekistan offers a unique blend of tradition and modernity in housing. In rural areas, round felt tents called yurts are still used during summer. Lightweight and cool, they reflect the nomadic roots of Uzbeks, Turkmens, Kazakhs, and Kyrgyz. Today they're often set up in backyards as summer lounges for tea, rest, or small gatherings. In cities like Tashkent and Samarkand, buildings are shaped by geography. Since Uzbekistan lies in an earthquake-prone zone, most structures are limited to 4 or 5 stories to ensure safety. This creates open, spacious cityscapes, unlike the crowded skylines of many urban centers. Meanwhile, in affluent neighborhoods, luxury homes showcase a mix of Central Asian and European influences. These mansions often feature marble walls, domed roofs, inner courtyards, fountains, and even gold-plated gates, combining cultural heritage with modern wealth. Uzbekistan's most iconic dish is plov, a rice pilaf made with lamb, carrots, onions, and garlic, often served with chickpeas, raisins, or quail eggs. But plov is far from simple. There are more than 60 recognized regional variations across the country. In Tashkent, large wedding feasts often feature plov cooked in kazans, huge cast-iron pots that serve over 1,000 people. Notably, in September 2017, Uzbekistan set a Guinness World Record for the largest serving of plov, weighing more than 7,000 kilograms, or over 15,000 pounds. The dish was stirred with the help of a construction crane. Bread, known locally as naan or obi naan, holds deep cultural and spiritual meaning. It is considered disrespectful to place bread upside down or on the ground, as it is viewed as a gift from God. Each region has its own bread-making techniques. Some produce round, sun-stamped loaves, while others use carved wooden molds to create intricate patterns that resemble edible art. And while Europe is famous for its cheeses, Uzbekistan offers kumis, fermented mare's milk. Slightly alcoholic and traditionally consumed in steppe regions, it has a sour, creamy flavor that may surprise first-time visitors. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support means a lot to us. Click on the video that appears on your screen right now. I hope you'll love this content. Comment below about the next topic you'd like to see featured on our channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.